We have arrived at the parking lot
of the Tubal Cain Mine plus B-17 bomber crash.
All right, it's pretty nasty road leading up here. A few potholes, not terrible, but
about 12 miles of
it is about 12 miles of we got here very late in the day. We've just left the trailhead and are headed in, and already you can see the beautiful natural rhododendrons are in bloom. We're going, what is this, July 9th, 8th? 9th. Yeah. So, although the road getting here isn't fun, the trail is nice and wide and beautiful and not too sloppy. And you can hear the river running near us.
To our right.
Yep. So what are the highlights of this?
There was the old Tubal Cain Mine, which was the namesake for the trail. Okay. It was a copper mine.
Okay.
And there's also the crashed B-17 plane, which crashed back in 1952.
Okay. And there's a structure here. I'm not cutting a switchback, so let's see what the structure here is. Oh, it is a shelter and a campground.
Oh, it's a shelter?
Yeah. Wow.
Huh. This is nice.
Yeah. Look at that. Not too smelly on the inside. It's the Friends of the Olympic Trail Shelters. And that's pretty. If it was much later, so if you get here right at the end of the night, you can know that there's a place to camp almost right at the trailhead. That's pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Makes me wish we'd gotten here 2 hours later. Yeah. Yeah, another campground. That's awesome. And we've got our first bridge crossing.
Wow, this is going quick.
Yeah. All right, we will catch up with you as we find more. Again, there's more rhododendrons in bloom. I think we missed the real good bloom by about a week or two. There's been a lot on the ground, but in case you didn't know, we're in the Buckhorn Wilderness. How many miles is the road up here, Historian?
About 12 miles.
Okay. And luckily it was foggy when we came up it, so we didn't get to see how far down we'd careened to our deaths. I was still a little bit white-knuckled.
I got some adrenaline.
When you meet somebody on those blind corners, it's, you know, you're just hoping there isn't Parnelli Jones coming down the, or Michael Schumacher coming through at 40 miles an hour, ready to plow into you. But everybody seemed to be going a safe, reasonable speed.
Or about 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Yep. They recommend hanging your food here. We did bring our bear vault because I like carrying an extra couple of pounds.
How does this feel safer?
Yeah, pretty little stream. Unlike Mount Rainier right now, hasn't been any snow. Historian and I got an early lottery for the Wonderland Trail, and we attempted to do it, and about 6 miles in we had crossed 20 snowfields, and there was one that was nearly a sheer wall and slushy, and we noped right out. Luckily the rangers found us accommodations at Sunrise Camp, which is a little dusty. I kept thinking that somebody was tracking dirt into the tent, and
Yes.
yeah. My anger was misplaced. It was Mother Nature.
The cruelest mistress of all.
Yes. Anyhow, beautiful trail. And I don't know what else to say. I hope we don't run across any wrecked airplanes up here. For our 3 viewers that like the pretty flowers, here we go. And up above it are some mossy covered rhododendrons.
There's so many of them.
There are.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm trying to enjoy this hike.
It's kind of like being in a botanical garden. This would have been beautiful last week.
Yeah.
So mark on your calendars, you know, the week of July 1st, go out to the Tubal Cain. Be amazed by all the rhododendrons in bloom. Then again, I'm sure there are a lot of people that have that marked on their calendar and you might not be able to find parking because they like coming out here every year. So maybe come out a little later and still have the beautiful flowers. Because there were, I think, 4 or 5 cars in the parking lot total. I imagine it gets pretty crazy here on the weekends. We're a bit further along the trail and it's still pretty misty out, but I like to say this is perfect hiking weather because the sun isn't beating me. And although I'm sure the views are amazing, sometimes they're best left to your imagination. Anyhow, I just wanted to get those other little flowers in. And I think we're about a mile or so in. I'll update you when we get to the canyon road or canyon trail. All right, Mr. Sunburn Historian, what have we came to?
We come to the treacherous crossing of a river.
All right, we've got to be careful because if we misstep here, one misstep and we're down a lot into that valley.
I don't think we're dead though.
Do you think we can rock hop this one?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm hoping my feet don't get wet. Oh boy. Oh, waterfall.
I can actually use my feet getting wet.
I don't want my feet to get wet because they'll be wet tomorrow and then they'll be cold and then my socks will be wet. And oh, did you make it?
Oh,
yep.
barely.
Okay. Excitement, thrills, and adventure. You know why you come to this channel. Remember to...
No.
Oh, okay. Enjoy watching. We just came to a bit of an open spot, and this is Primo Rhododendrio, and moss hanging from the trees, or lichen, I guess, one of the two. I can hear a river coming up to us too, or down below us.
Down below. Well, it's around the bend. It's around the bend.
Okay. Anyhow, I just wanted to show the... Ooh, this is the first one we've seen that's darker pink. Of course, just blooming still on that one. So, yeah.
That sounds kind of rushing.
It's a nice mist in the air too, cooling me off.
Oh wow!
And here's our stream crossing.
Oh,
There's rocks.
plenty of rocks. That's pretty good water to get from.
That would be pretty good drinking water. But that's a pretty waterfall.
Back to the treacherous crossing.
Yes. Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
That was a pretty fun one. I lost my balance there once.
I saw.
Yep. All right. Well, seems like the rhododendrons just aren't ending here, so I'll keep filming for a bit. We came through looked like a replanted area, and it was amazing because everything is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nothing looked like this. It was all like dead on the ground.
Yeah, it was pretty,
beautiful.
Pretty nasty. Maybe a rhododendron here and there, but nothing other than darkness and ickiness. Looked like a witch lived there or something. And not a good witch.
Like a wicked witch of the west.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna have to, I would keep filming if I said, oh, no more rhododendrons, but there's always more rhododendrons here. Anyhow, catch you later. So this is sort of the same type of area where the trees all are packed together and there's no vegetation down below. It's all kind of sickly looking. Another stream crossing. Waterfall. Yeah. It's also very dark right here because the trees have all grown so close together, which I think gives it more ominousness. Ooh, mushy trail. Do you like my stream of consciousness there? I hope you do.
Ah, my pole.
Oh, your pole.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, just wanted to show that little nest and enjoy the water coming off the trail. At least they have it cut across the trail so it isn't on the trail. So whoever did that, thank you for your efforts. Whoop, spider web. And you see there's a lone rhododendron down in there. So life is finding a way. We've come to the part of the forest where, what's your opinion?
I don't like this. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Looks like a gigantic troll came through here and knocked all the trees down.
It was a windstorm.
It was probably a windstorm or a giant troll. But he didn't leave a very big noticeable path.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is kind of creepy.
I'd like to get back to new growth, old growth soon.
Old growth, yeah. You don't want to walk through the forest of the danged?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to get back to the forest of the alive.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, looks like somebody got hit by lightning. Oh, this is a beautiful little stream though. Whew.
New life at least.
Yeah. And there's light shining from above. It's like, what was that place in the Lord of the Rings where Merry and Pippin met the Ent?
Mirkwood. No,
Yeah.
wait, that's something else, I think.
Yeah.
Near Isengard.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm not going to carry my camera across this crossing because that's some larger rocks to hop. So what were we doing? We were just walking along the trail here and talking about how it's getting dark out, and bam, there it is up the hill. The Tubal Cain Mine.
Copper mine, I'm pretty sure.
Copper, yes, you are correct. So one thing I will say about the trail is that it doesn't exactly mark that, oh, here's the mine. And if you're coming from the trailhead, it's super easy to just keep walking and go, oh, that's a little something. Go, wonder where I go see the wreckage of the B-17. But the canyon path is right here. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled on this one because it's not that well marked. Looks like we get to go right up to the mine here, so we'll Hey, bear. Wow. That's super cool. You can...
I'm not going in there.
Do you have close access to your headlamp?
I'm not doing it.
Oh. All right. I will grab mine then. So, the Tubal Canyon Road affords you a pretty easy access to check the entrance of the mine, and that's about as far as I feel safe going in. And that's with both light. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. You can see quite a ways in there. I'm seeing the little water dripping down off the walls, and you can see some mineral glow. That's probably feldspar, I'm guessing, fool's gold in the ceiling. And yeah, it goes straight back a ways, and that's pretty cool. If you've ever done the Old Mount Side Trail, this Tubal Canyon Trail it's pretty nasty. It's steep, very, very steep. I think we're at the only flat part of it, but with darkness closing in, I don't really know what other choice we've got other than to keep pressing on. Oh, glorious flatness. Yeah, it's made me catch my breath.
That was like 100 feet of elevation.
That was correct. That was some quick elevation. And steep. You really had to dig in. This is like child's play. Anyhow, as I like to say, I'm gonna turn off so I can get good footing. I could make a movie about rock climbing, and it could be scenes of me rock climbing, and it would be just rock climbing and or hill climbing. And there's where we came from. It's a lot easier if I point it down. What do you think of all this elevation?
It's a lot. We got 1,000-ish more.
Yeah, we have about 1,000 more to go. And how much have we done so far?
About 1,000.
About 1,000, yep. Now we're about to hit the straightaway, and then the last 1,000's over, I think it's like 400 feet. I mean, it's gonna be nasty. But then there will be a campsite waiting for us, because I don't think anybody else would be stupid enough to do this climb. Holy heck. Rock climbing. Yep. We're going to do 30 minutes of this. Just showing you every single step we're taking rock climbing. Yep. Doesn't look steep on video though. That's what's annoying. All right, that's enough rock climbing. I don't want to sound negative or anything, because I'm really enjoying this. This is beautiful, but this is a lot of elevation. This wreckage better not be one piece of the tail.
I think it's gonna be one piece.
I think you're probably right, but yeah.
I'm just gonna stay here for a few more seconds.
Okay. It never ends. It keeps going up. We're climbing Mount Doom. So what have you thought of the climb so far?
I feel like I say this a lot, but I hate uphill.
Yeah.
But then again, snow's worse.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nice river here.
But there's something better.
Something better? Mm-hmm. Holy heck. Somebody left a Stargate, a small Stargate here.
Someone left some plane.
Somebody left some plane?
Yeah.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah. That's some plane. That's part of the engine, I bet.
That looks like part of the engine.
There's some over there. It's gonna be everywhere.
This is going to be a scattering of fuselage.
That's fuselage, all right?
Yeah.
It's like, it has the standard yellow. That's the tail.
It's the tail?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has the standard yellow and green. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The bombers.
This looks like
Engine.
engine. Yeah.
That looks like the right size for one.
Yeah. And there's a campground, so we can rest here and holy cow, this is amazing. For it happening more than 70 years ago, to have it still strewn about is pretty wild. You know, you can, I smell something burning. To have it still strewn about is pretty darn crazy. Oh, I see a tent. Just, there it is. All.
That's part of the plane?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Over there.
Yeah, I think, is that a tent or is that plane parts?
Let's go look.
All right.
I'm interested now.
Yeah.
It got me hooked. This looks like a nasty crash.
Yeah, it does.
I'm surprised anyone lived.
I am surprised anyone lived too.
And yet 5 out of the 8 survived.
5? Yeah. Crashed in what year?
52.
52? What was the flight number?
This looks like some stuff.
Holy cow! There's the landing gear. Or, wow.
This is the plane.
Wow. I know I say wow a lot, but
Some of the wing. This is mostly wing.
yeah.
This is all
I see a turbofan.
This is the wing.
Yep.
Right wing, I'm pretty sure.
But there's one of the turbofans for the engines. Wow. So would that be, no, this is a wing.
This is the starboard one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that would be the, yeah. I thought this was somebody's tent over here. Look at the hydraulics. They're still shiny today. How many years later?
50 over.
Yeah, you would think it would be all, I mean, it's aluminum, so it's not going to rust. But
This is all the right wing. Right wing.
yeah. Wow.
They were in the upright position.
Yes, they were. Let's go check the wreckage over there.
I already checked over there. It's too cool.
All right, anything, there's a lot of mosquitoes around right here. So you can, where can you find, whoops, dropping my, whoop.
Stuff flying at you.
Yep. All right, so over here we have more of the wing. And
It must have sheared off and flew over.
yeah, it probably did shear off, and I mean,
It's been graffitied a little.
yeah, a few people have come up and left their mark on it.
It's yellow.
Yeah, I'm amazed that the original paint hasn't faded to obscurity. Tells you how good lead paint is, I guess.
Ugh. Alright.
All right.
I bet we're gonna see more.
I bet if we continue on up the trail, we'll find even more wreckage.
Maybe even the fuselage. Although that's probably shattered.
Well, supposedly the cockpit caught on fire. So,
Wait.
um,
Probably letting the co-pilot died.
yeah, I don't know that I want to cross back that way. I like where we came from. All right, if we find more wreckage, we will let you know. So we walked down a few more feet and it's just a field of wreckage. Looks like they didn't move any of it.
This is all the right wing though.
Yeah, all the right wing. All right, but the mosquitoes are biting. Oh, look, the hills are out. The sun is out.
I'm out.
And the mosquitoes are out as well. It's very swampy right here. We're gonna continue up and see if we can find more of the plane. And another piece of wreckage.
That's
Just
the fuselage.
fuselage, I think you're right.
Those are windows.
Yes, they are. There's a lot of nice campsites around here too, but they're all kind of right on the trail. Sorry, as I find a mosquito or two to stop sucking me. Wait, that sounded wrong. Yep, I think we just spooked the deer.
Oh, that sucks.
But yeah. So the sky has decided to clear, but here are some flowers with our flower levers. The sun is getting ready to set, but you can still see the gorgeous valley that we're in. And this hike does not disappoint, other than the road leading here. So,
and that one little section.
And the, you know, you easily forget the pain of that horrible climb. Ow, quit slapping me. It's the next morning and we're headed back up the Tubal Canyon. And there's some flowers along the way here. It's definitely becomes a rockier, more alpine type hike. We had a little varmint chew into a lot of stuff last night, so that was not a ton of fun. But other than that, it was great once the mosquitoes died down.
It appears we've come to the end of the trail, but also people seem to have trailblazed a couple of times.
Yeah, it's a little pretty area here. A lot of wildflowers and beautiful mountains. Still a couple patches of snow there. Be a great camping spot. I don't see any sights here though. Anyhow, we're gonna head back and head on down the trail. We're back off the hill and it's a steep climb there, and there's the mine again. Let's see if I can get the exposure good. Yeah. Alrighty. We're on to further down the trail. Alright, we're on the Tubal Cain Mine Road trail.
Thing.
Yeah.
And we found this.
Yeah.
It's an old thing.
It's an old thing. So maybe one of our viewers can tell us what this was or is. Alright. More interesting things that look like they're from the mine. It's like a water tank of some sort.
I'm really enjoying this like water hiking. I like it a lot.
There's a, yeah, it's a pipe. There's quite a number of campsites all along the river here as you go past the mine. It's I hate to think what the parking lot looks like now. It's amazing how you come out of the woods and all of a sudden you get to beautiful flowers everywhere, and this is pretty. Yep. June 12th, Tubal Cain, or June 13th. You know, you can mark that on your calendars. This is the time to come to look at flowers and B-17s from search and rescue teams that risk their lives to help others. We've just come into a beautiful field. The mountains over there were unobscured a few seconds ago.
Cloud covers come in.
Yep, but the flowers here are amazing. It's like Mount Rainier in a month. Anyhow, the trail is a little rough, but I'm not complaining too much right now because the views are worth it for this. The clouds cleared a little so you can kind of see the banks and look down, and butterflies and flowers everywhere. And if you look up, it's a field that goes, oh look, there's people up there.
Well,
yeah,
how far we have to get up.
That's how far we have to climb up. Yep.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so it's just beautiful flowers here. But it's steep. I might take the other trail. It's like, oh, it's so much longer. Yeah. Come to a little bridge here. You can see the mountains, all the rock in them, and the sparsely treed they are. It's amazing to all the new growth on all of the trees up here. Of course there's trees over there, but couldn't ask for a prettier day. And still more flowers along the trail. A little further up and come into another area of plains and trees, and I think the lake is over there somewhere. So over there somewhere, yes. All right. Just beautiful flowers though, as far as the eye can see. Well, it's taken us forever to go this. How far are we going? Like 0.3 miles? 0.7? Okay. This has probably been the slowest mile we've ever done. But occasionally you go through steep wooded parts and then up a gentle slope through beautiful flowers and scenic hills alive with the sound of music.
Maybe.
And,
trail's just up there a little ways.
yep. Yep, there's another trail that runs right up from this one that's, I think it's kind of like doing Old Cy versus New Cy.
Yeah.
One's a lot longer, and we chose poorly. You know, sometimes when you're hiking, you just have to stop and smell the, whatever these are. We just passed a big group of sage or plants, and it smelled really nice. Yes, we are. Buckhorn Lake. So that should be in about 0.7 miles, I think. 0.7. Okay. Yeah, so I think we've done our elevation for the day. Taking things slow. Yeah, it's gonna be nice coming out all downhill except for this section right here. Anyhow, enjoy the flowers, enjoy the sweeping vistas. Can't ask for much more than this. It's a very beautiful greenish blue lake, and I don't think we want to camp right here, even though there is a campsite. It's kind of right on the main trail coming through, and I'm not sure there's quite enough for our tent, and I think it will get very cold at night. So we're gonna go back up the trail a ways and see what we can find. The river is very high today, so we still get the nice views. As you can tell, I'm breathing a little heavy. What do you think of our spot on the little river but not on the lake?
It was beautiful, not that cold. It's just right.
Yeah, No, it's a nice secluded spot in the valley where there's not a lot of wind. The one bummer is there's like 2.5 campsites on the actual lake.
Yeah.
But then again, it's cold camping on a lake. We'll film more as we pass it. So we hiked in on the lower trail here, which was super elevation-y, and I'm wondering where we're getting our elevation on this one, because it's been super flat so far. And yeah, but you know, the alpine fields here. See it? Yeah. Okay.
It's not that far.
The alpine fields here are beautiful.
Like a diagonal grade point on a mountain.
Yeah, it only it's not flat.
Yeah, it's like the grade. I don't know.
We're coming to, I think, our last meadow section. We're gonna stop and do a little water break and enjoy the many colors of the mountain here.
Beautiful hike.
It is. The what's your opinion on the longer trail up to?
Do it. Just don't even think about doing the old trail. Just do the new one.
Okay. Why?
Because it is way flatter.
It is way more
Doable.
way more friendly. Yeah. It's a gentle slope the whole way, and we just passed a guy running it. So, yeah.
Well, we did in 45 minutes today. It took us 2 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know that it took us 2 hours. We still beat the other guys coming up the old way, so I guess there's still elevation here.
Just way less.
Just way less. Kind of hard to see through the trees, but here is a nice-ish little waterfall along the river. Copper River? Or is this the Tubal Cain River?
This is Copper Creek.
Okay. A lot of the rhododendron plants are bare of petals now, whereas on the way in there were a couple still standing on them. I guess my point is you want to come in probably the first week of July you want to come to the botanical garden of the Tubal Cain. Now granted, there are other places on the Olympic National Park to see rhodies. They're
not mines and plains.
That's true, you do not get to see mines and plains. We've got about 2 miles left to go to get out. We've been making really good progress. Turns out that it's mostly uphill on the way in, and that means it's a downhill coaster on the way out. So like on this one, you can see all the petals have fallen and not many remaining. We'll update as we proceed, as necessary. I think what we're going to do is do a time lapse of the
Right out.
Thank you. And that way you can get a feel for
Scary road.
exactly. Anyhow, who would you recommend this hike for, Mr. Historian?
I would say people who like history, or people that just like beautiful plants and animals.
I would say that's a very good suggestion for people who hike this. It's also, you know,
Mosquitoes.
people that like mosquitoes should surely come out here. What else is there?
Rivers, campgrounds, very nice ones.
There are a lot of campgrounds out along the whole path. You know, there's pretty much at least one, you know, they'll be in clusters of 4 or 5 usually. I don't see how the trailhead parking supports as many people as we've seen out here. Anyhow, catch up. I am willing to admit when I am wrong. Sometimes, rarely, but I was definitely wrong about all the roadies. Seems like the closer you get to the
trailhead,
the more flowers we have. So yeah, there's plenty of beautiful rhododendrons still here. Of course, there are a lot of leaves still falling, but there's still some that are, you know, the dark purple from just coming out. So maybe there's a couple more days / weeks of great roadieing, if that's your thing. This is a somewhat challenging trail, but if you're willing to take it slow, kind of how we did, it's a great, you know, 3-day, and if you want to, or you're in super good shape, you could park it like Dungeness and turn it into a loop and come out here at the Tubal Cain trailhead, and I think that would be a fun trip because there's so much camping. You can stop whenever you get tired, and that would be my recommendation on how to do this. Or just come in for a weekend and enjoy the B-17, but probably don't camp at the B-17. There were a lot of critters and something not on the historian's trekking poles, and a little bit on my backpack. Luckily we had our bear vault, so none of our food got attacked, but everybody that was also staying up there got stuff not on, so he was a busy little critter, or there's a gang of them working. Yeah, we got a late start though, but it is pretty cool to sleep with wreckage from a B-17 crash. Of course, there are, you know, 3 people who died up there, and you probably want to be a little bit respectful. Anyhow, that was, I think, the big section of roadies. And pretty waterfall. You want to go ahead, Mr. Historian?
yeah.
All right.
Oh, whoa, that's right.
And there's the crossing, so it's pretty good. And the waterfall even goes up higher. You've already seen that though, so yeah. Would you say the mine is easy to find?
No, really, you have to be looking on the left.
Yeah, it's up on the hill to the left, and the trail for it is marked from the opposite side, so there's nothing from the trailhead that indicates, and it's a cutback, so it's really easy to pass. All right, we have come to the final bridge out of here, and the historian is crossing it. It's a pretty big log, but it's a pretty big river. It's not cut at a perfect 90 or 180 or whatever, so it leans a little bit to one side, but it does have wonderful steps on the other side. It's a very pretty log bridge, and better than probably crossing that tree. We're almost back to the trailhead, so I think we've given what we have to say about the trail.
Yes.
And you know, there are some really nice campsites right off the trail too. You know, if you're missing camping, and so we're right at the trailhead.
Yes.
If you're missing car camping, you could probably car camp here and just carry it all, you know, a couple 100 feet, which wouldn't be too bad.
Well, that road was pretty bad.
I would say it's actually the worst part of the road, amazingly, is probably the first mile. It's just beat to heck, but after that it's not too bad.
Correct.
So there was our adventure.
Hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
Bye.
Remember to like and subscribe.
No!